Something unusual is happening across Europe, and almost nobody is talking about it. Governments are quietly telling citizens to prepare for emergencies. Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, even countries that never used the word prepping before. But there's a twist. Most people still think prepping is something for bunker guys in camouflage. Today I'm going to show you why that idea is completely wrong. And by the end of this video you'll take a short test that might reveal that you're already a prepper without even knowing it. Stay with me. Let's start with the uncomfortable truth. European governments are not suddenly talking about preparedness because it's trendy. They're doing it because the world has changed fast. There's a war in Ukraine, there are geopolitical uncertainty, fragile supply chains, energy vulnerabilities and climate-related disasters. And here's the part they don't say out loud. They can't guarantee that everything will always work perfectly. That's why they want you to be able to take care of yourself for at least 72 hours. But most people hear this and think, come on, this doesn't apply to me. When people hear prepper, they imagine a guy in a bunker wearing camouflage, surrounded by guns and eating rice from a bucket. Hollywood did that. Reality is very different. Prepping is not about fear. It's not about paranoia. It's not about expecting the end of the world. Prepping is simply being ready for life disruptions. And here's the part that surprises most people. You're already doing it. You just don't call it prepping yet. Think about car insurances. You pay for something you hope you'll never need. But if something happens, you're protected. Basic insurances usually cover damage to others, damage to your own car and injuries. If you want more protection, you upgrade. Prepping works exactly the same way. You take a scenario, a blackout, a storm, a lockdown, and you decide how much protection you want. Not extreme, not expensive, just practical. Let's make this real. Imagine the lights suddenly go out in your neighborhood. Most people panic. They stumble around in the dark, they open drawers, they swear, they bump into furniture, they try to remember where the candles are, if they even have candles at all. A prepper walks calmly to a fixed location. Flashlights in every room and candles are in that location. A lighter is also there. No drama, no chaos, just prepared. Governments recommend a 72-hour emergency kit for one reason: logistics. If a local disaster happens, a flood, a storm, a chemical accident, first responders might be overwhelmed. It can take up to 3 days before outside help arrives. If the general population can take care for itself for 72 hours, emergency services can focus on the people who truly need help. This isn't fear-mongering, this is planning. The motto of scouting is be prepared, and that's prepping. You don't prep to prevent disaster, you prep so that when disaster strikes, big or small, life becomes less hard. Now let's see where you stand. Imagine that tonight the news announces a strict nationwide lockdown. No shops open, you cannot leave your home, but gas, water and electricity still work. In that situation, could you provide one hot meal per day for everyone in your household for A. 1 day, B. 1 week, C. 1 month? Write your answer in the comments. Here's the twist. If your answer is B, 1 week, congratulations, you're already a prepper. Most households shop weekly, which already covers the 72 hours the government recommends. You see, prepping isn't extreme, prepping is normal. Let's zoom out. Why does prepping matter more today than ever? Because we rely more on electricity for everything, we also rely on global supply chains, we rely on digital systems, and we rely on just-in-time logistics. On top of that, we rely on governments that openly admit they can't do everything instantly. Prepping is not about expecting disaster, it's about respecting reality. And the easiest first step, food. You don't need 50 kilos of rice, you don't need a bunker, you don't need to spend thousands of euros. You just need a small buffer, a pantry that can carry you through a week or two. And in the next video, I'll show you a simple stress-free method to start prepping without spending extra money. And if you want to learn more about realistic preparedness, no fear, no fantasy, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and as always, be prepared.